What's up, guys? This is lesson 6. It's called Placing Figures in the Coordinate Plane. Today's lesson really just is like some basic knowledge that we'll need to do the next lesson, the last lesson in Unit 7. So it's all about the coordinate plane, the X and Y axis. We've done a little bit with some quadrilaterals on the coordinate plane, not much, but let's look at the review problem. We've seen something similar to this. So it says draw a quadrilateral ABCD on the coordinate plane, and they're giving me 3 of the coordinates. So let's plot those points. A is at -2, 4. So go left 2, up 4. B is at 2, 2. And then D is at -2, -2. Hopefully you remember how to plot points here. I'm going to start drawing this quadrilateral. I know by the way they named it, A, B, C, D, the letters are like going like this in a circle. So C has to land somewhere here. So I want to figure out, and it's a parallelogram. That part's really important. It's a parallelogram. What are the coordinates of C? C could have some possible values, guys, to make a parallelogram here. Like it could go up here. But again, by the way they named it, I know C needs to go down here. Okay, if you see parallelogram and they're talking about the X and Y axis, think slope, you guys. If it's a parallelogram, opposite sides are parallel, so they need to have the same slope. So the quickest way to do this problem is just to count some slopes. Don't need to use any formulas here. I'm just going to count the slope. So AB, that side, whatever the slope of that side is, DC should have the exact same slope for them to be parallel. So all I'm going to do here is count the slope of AB, start at A. To get to B, you'd go down 2 and right 1, 2, 3, 4. So the slope there is -2, 4. I'm going to count that same slope from D to tell me where C should land. So down 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's got to be C. Connect it. Boom. ABCD parallelogram. Okay, so the answer here, that's the coordinate 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. -4. Wasn't that fun? Now, today is not that different. Big differences are they're going to give me the complete shape. Like they're going to give me the square, the rectangle, the parallelogram. I don't have to like locate where the missing coordinate would be, but I do have to name ordered pairs. That's the goal for today's lesson. That's it. So like on this square example, and we're just jumping right into examples. That's the best way for me to like teach you this stuff, just to do some examples with you. The whole point of this first example is just to say what these ordered pairs are here. There's 3 of them that are missing. The kicker here, though, people, is they don't use numbers. They'll use 0, but you won't really see numbers. They'll use variables or letters. So naturally, that just makes it a lot more difficult to solve, but we got this. So let's jump right into the first one. They tell me that it's a square. That's probably going to be helpful. And they do give me 1 ordered pair. So they might give you a couple, they'll at least give you 1. And they tell me that, hey, this is the ordered pair A0. Wouldn't it be nice if they just said like 3, 0? Then it'd be way simpler to fill everything in. The point of this, you guys, is to prepare us for next lesson, where we're going to see a lot of variables, a lot of algebra, and we're going to do formulas. So get excited. All right, the point will come across then, though. Now, the first thing that I would do is I would label on your quadrilateral, where is A? Like A represents a length on your quadrilateral. So I want to figure out where that is. So watch what I'm going to do. I know that I always plot points. I start at the origin. And this ordered pair, that's like free points. That's 0, 0. That's the origin. Okay, if you kind of get weird with ordered pairs here, remember that the X value, that tells you directions like left and right. And then the Y value, that tells you directions up and down. Okay, just to make sure we're all on the same page. So I look at this one ordered pair they give me. I know I started at the origin. This is just directions for how to get to this point. So they're telling me, hey, start at the origin, go right A, because it's positive. Left is negative, positive, negative. So I start at the origin, I go right A, and I do not go up or down because it's 0. So this length right here, that's A, because that's how far right I moved to land at this ordered pair. Okay, I always notice every year, some people just like, oh yeah, okay, I get that. And some people are like, what? So if you're a what person, it's okay. We're gonna practice. Now the square part comes in. We know that all the sides of a square are the same. So if that's A, all of these sides, we can call them A. Now that's going to help me figure out these two missing ordered pairs. And you're never going to use your own letters. Don't throw a B in there. If they only use A, you will only use A. So watch. To get up here, I start at the origin. I just want to go up, so I don't want to go left or right. So my X value has to be 0. I just want to go up, and we just said this length was A long. So it's 0A. To get here, I start at the origin, I move right A, and I move up A. So it's A, A. Again, if it was like 3, 3, you'd be like, oh, this is really easy, but of course we have to make it a little bit more challenging. Okay, next one's a rectangle. Goal is to fill in 3 ordered pairs again. And they give me this ordered pair is A, B. I'm going to get you started and then have you guys fill in the rest. So again, mark on your figure, where's A, where's B. You always start at the origin to plot points. So to get here, you move right the X value, which is A. So this length is A. And then I go up B, the Y value. So that's B. This one is like a little yucky. But basically, we just kind of assume that this is like centered nicely. So if this is A, this is A. If this is B, this is B. So my horizontal movements are going to be like A, and my vertical movements are going to be B. You just really have to watch the signs on this one. So let me do this one for you. To get down here, start at the origin, go right A, and go down, this would be B. If you move down, that's negative. So it'd be A, negative B. I want to see if you guys can fill in these other 2 ordered pairs. So I'll ask you up to the side here. On the back, so I'm going to highlight parallelograms and isosceles trapezoids. Those are the trickiest of the examples. And guys, I'm going to make a note on these. I'm going to highlight that when you see parallelograms or isosceles trapezoids, you use triangles. And you won't know exactly what that means yet, but you will. So on these 2 figures, if you see them being thrown on the coordinate plane and they ask you to fill in missing values, use triangles. So here's what I mean by that. And again, we're doing the same process. I just need to fill in some missing points. This one's easy, 0, 0. Don't you hope you get asked that on the test? All I have to do is say, okay, where is this ordered pair? So it's a little bit trickier. Triangles are going to help us. I see on here, and the first thing I'm going to do is the same as what I did on the front. I see A's, B's, and C's. So I'm going to label where those lengths are on the picture first. So to get to this ordered pair, they start at the origin, they moved right A. And they did not go up or down because the Y value is 0, and you wouldn't have landed there if you moved up or down. So that length is A. To get here, they start at the origin, they moved right to like right about there. That's B, the X value. And then they moved up C. Okay, so this is B and that's C. Now, maybe you see a triangle being formed, maybe not, but basically if I see a parallelogram or isosceles trapezoid, I go to the top points and I drop down a vertical piece. One of them would be right here. One of them would be right here. Okay, this triangle right here is the exact same triangle as this one right here. So I know that if the base of this triangle is B, the base of that one is B. If the height of that is C, the height of the other triangle is C. So here's how this is going to help me. To get to this ordered pair, I have to go right this far. I have to get right underneath this ordered pair. So I need to go right this full length, which was A. Then I need to go B more. So I have to go A plus B to get right here. So the X value is A plus B, and then I go up this length, which is just C. These two are definitely the trickiest. Again, why I highlighted them, you use triangles. So watch, I see an isosceles trapezoid, I'm gonna draw triangles. I come to the top two vertices, and I drop down a horizontal or a vertical piece. Right here and right here. It makes triangles, and they're triangles that are congruent. Those two triangles are the same. I don't even know why they asked me 0, 0, but there it is. So I just have to use my triangles, use my labels to figure out how do I get right here. Again, I see A's, B's, and C's being used in the coordinates they're giving me, so I'm going to label those pieces. So to get right here, you start at the origin and you go right. This full length would be A. That's how far right they went. It kind of feels like the last one. To get up here, you go right B and you go up C. Right B, up C. So same deal, guys. If the base over here is B, the base on that triangle is B. And its height would be C because that one had a height of C. Okay, let's see if we can figure this out. I want to get right here. So I need to start at the origin and go right and stop right here. I need to get right underneath this ordered pair. So let's think about this. If you go right A, you've gone too far. A is this whole length. So I don't want to go A. I want to go smaller than that. I want to go A, but then I want to backtrack this length B, and that will land me where I need to land. So I'm going to call the X value A minus B. That's how far right I want to go. The Y coordinate's a little easier. You just go up C again. Those two, definitely the trickiest shapes, but use triangles when you practice this in class. All right, last one is a kite. So this one's not nearly as bad. I see A's, B's, and negative C. So start in the middle. All I need to do is say this ordered pair. I would go right A to get here. I don't go left or right. I just go up B to get to this guy. And down here, again, don't go left or right. I would just go down C. And the only reason it's negative is because you move down. Okay, in a kite, this is one of the properties. It doesn't come up a whole lot, but the short diagonal gets bisected. If you go back to lesson 5, the one before this, you'll see we wrote that property. So this is the short diagonal. It gets cut in half. Basically, those two pieces would both just be A. I think a lot of us would probably assume that on here anyway. So see if you can fill in this missing coordinate, knowing that that has to be A since that's A. And lesson 6 is complete.